Welcome back everyone, it is Eric from Rare Candy, and today, I will admit I am a little bit late to the party with this video, but we are going to be checking out the first batch of cards from Japan's Lost Abyss set, which of course will become our Lost Origin set this September as well. So I really wanted to make a point to still crank this video out though, just because not only is this the first batch of cards, but also specifically it's the first batch of cards that are seeing us get reintroduced to the Lasso mechanic, which has been absent, I think, for like 3 years now, if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, to make a long story short, guys, just to give you a quick update on where I've been at, I am in the process of moving, so uploads have been a little bit tricky to get around to. So I still wanted to get this one out just because I think it is important for us to talk about these cards today before I go dark and finish my move. But a lot of exciting things going on today. I'm gonna stop rambling. You guys want to check out these new cards. Just if you can, remember to smack that like button for me and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And let's jump in and check out what cards are coming out in Lost Abyss. Okay, so up first we do have Delphox V. And if you'll notice, all of these cards that use the Lost Zone, they all have this like weird aura thing on the artwork, so I think it's a really cool way to tie them all together. They've never done that before, so I really do like that touch. I kind of hope they keep that going forward. But yeah, Delphox, let's check this thing out. Fire Energy, Burn and Confusion, that's fine. Then Magical Fire, put 2 energy, attach this Pokemon in the Lost Zone, does 120 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Well, not too great, I gotta say. Well, you know, we'll have to get through all these cards before I comment on how bad they are, because there might be something else in here that pairs nicely with this, but 120 is not very good. This would only ever, I think, be like a backup attacker if you did want to play this, but yeah, not a particularly great card. Okay, we do have Cramorant, and as you can see, keeping with the whole Lost Aura thing here. Very nice, very nice. So Cramorant, if you have 4 more cards in your Lost Zone, ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack cost. That's kind of cool. 110, not affected by weakness. Cool ability, just unfortunately not a great attack to pair with this. So next up we have a Bayonet. 100 HP, so just narrowly out of level ball range, so kind of a bummer there, but has an ability. Let's see. Once during your turn, you may choose a supporter from your discard pile or reveal and put it into your hand. If you do, put this Pokemon in the Lost Zone and discard all non-Pokemon cards attached to those Pokemon. Okay, that's actually kind of cool, because I'm willing to bet Giratina VSTAR is going to be based around getting Pokemon into the Lost Zone. We know that's being revealed here. So maybe this will pair nicely with that, and being able to get a supporter back in particular is really, really good. So I actually do like this. It's a bummer it's on a stage 1, but nevertheless, this the best Lost Zone Pokemon we've seen so far. And then the attack is just 50 damage, so nothing special there. Okay, this is a Pokemon I admittedly completely forgot even existed, but let's see this thing. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active, you may look at the top 2 cards. Put one of them in your hand, put the other in the Lost Zone. So this is like Acrobike as a once per turn ability, but for the Lost Zone instead of discarding the cards. So that's actually cool. This actually might be the best way we have so far at getting cards into the Lost Zone, and it's a consistency booster too. So you can actually run theoretically up to 4 of these, and you know, do a bunch of switching, scoop up shenanigans to reuse this ability over and over. But this seems actually pretty good. I do like this. This and Bayonet, the Psychic Pokemon so far, are definitely our best Lost Zoners, I guess, if you want to call them that. So I like this card. Another one to keep an eye on. Okay, we're finally getting to the Big Daddy himself. We got Giratina V and VSTAR. Though, interestingly, because this is the Origin Giratina, I'm very curious why we have Origin, Dialga, and Palkia are called Origin form Dialga and Palkia in the TCG, but Giratina is not. That seems really odd to me. So if someone wants to maybe explain that to me in the comment section, I would love to hear why this is being mixed up. But anyways, let's see what the card does. I will say the artwork right out the gate, absolutely S tier. Love the way this looks. I know a lot of people don't like the 5-band, 5-bond graphics, but I think this looks absolutely sick. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, put 2 in your hand, put the others in the Lost Zone. Okay. I mean, we don't really want to attack with a Giratina because more than likely we'll just get return KO'd on the next turn, but not a bad attack given that I'm assuming at least we're going to try to get stuff in the Lost Zone with this thing. Then we have Shred, so that's fine. Grass, Psychic, Colorless is kind of annoying, but we do have Gardini, of course. We got Shadow Rider. I mean, there's always just Arceus V-Star at the end of the day, too. So that's a thing. Okay, but yeah, let's get to the V-Star. The V, it's fine. Nothing crazy. But yeah, here we go. This is what you guys want to see. No weakness, right out the gate. Amazing. Love that. So, Lost Impact for Grass Psychic Colorist does 280. Sweet. Right away, that's really good. Then put 2 energy attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone. Okay, so one thing I do notice here, it does not specify Giratina. It says attached to your Pokemon. So this makes me think that you can even take some energy off of a bench Pokemon and do that, which could be good. Like if you are playing this with Arceus, there is a world like once you get this thing set up and you no longer need Arceus, you could just throw a double turbo into the Lost Zone. That could be cool. But the damage output in particular is great because you don't need Choice Belt to get those one-shots on opposing Pokemon V-Star, which is amazing. So naturally, you're already sort of freeing up some deck space, unless we need to deal with like big charms and stuff like that. The attack cost is definitely the thing that I'm still weary of. Like right now, Arceus seems like the best way to go for this, but we'll have to see. And then it's V-Star Power, Star Requiem, Grass Psychic. You can only use this if you have 10 or more cards in the Lost Zone. Okay, so this is why we are playing all these Pokemon to get stuff in the Lost Zone. Makes sense now. Your opponent's active is now knocked out, so that's not too bad. Though I will say, most of the time, you're just knocking them out already with Lost Impact. Like it's one energy less, but to really make use of this attack, you really have to build your entire deck around getting stuff into the Lost Zone. Whereas if this was just a hypothetical Arceus partner, you know, you never would need to build your deck in such a clunky way. So I think a lot of the time just playing Choice Belt in an Arceus deck with Giratina seems a little bit more attractive to me than trying to get like a big one shot on like a VMAX or something with this attack. I mean, luckily the regular attack is just so good, it makes the V-Star Power, I think, kind of irrelevant. So I will say this does cut through Miltank, so that's a thing. But yeah, against 2 and 3 prize Pokemon, most of the time Lost Impact is going to be just fine. But yeah, Giratina seems pretty cool so far. Okay, so we have Colress Experiment. Have not seen Colress in the TCG for a while. This is look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 in your hand, put the others in the Lost Zone. So kind of like Sage's training from back in the day, a little bit like that. So again, yeah, if we are like right now, it looks like the only deck that might want a ton of stuff in the discard is like a designated, or in the Lost Zone, that's a discard pile, that wants cards in the Lost Zone is like a Giratina deck that specifically makes use of the V-Star Power. So I'm so curious what else is going to come out in the set, but for the moment, I'm not sold on needing to play a bunch of ways to get cards into the Lost Zone. But seems fine, I guess. We got Lost Sweeper. We got a vacuum, bro? Okay. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a little handheld vacuum. But you put a card from your hand into the Lost Zone in order to use this. But then choose either a Pokemon tool or stadium card and play. Oh, okay. Okay, this is pretty cool. I like this. This is kind of like a pseudo reprint of Field Blower, which I think is really cool. I love Field Blower, one of my favorite cards back from the Sun and Moon era of the game. And this is a card that I think even decks that don't care about the Lost Zone can play. Like if you're just a normal, let's say just Arceus deck as an example, you don't really care about getting stuff into the Lost Zone, but just having to get rid of a single card isn't really that bad. So this definitely could be good if you're trying to remove like a Path to the Peak or, you know, a big charm, whatever it might be. So I think this actually is a card that will see play even outside of Giratina. So definitely like this one. We've got Mirage Gate. Definitely, I think one of the cooler looking trainers we've seen so far. But it says you may play this only if you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. Okay, then search your deck for up to 2 basic energies of different types. Okay, and attach them to your Pokemon any way that you like and shuffle your deck. All right, so if you do not want to play something like Arceus, Shadow Rider, etc., and want to play just Giratina, I mean, this is the card. You know, it does require quite a few cards in the Lost Zone, but between, you know, your army of Comfies, your Bayonets, maybe even the attack on Giratina V, you know, your mid game is probably going to be pretty crazy once this thing gets activated. It definitely reminds me a lot of Beast Ring for the Ultra Beast from back in the day, where it's kind of a dead card early on, but once you hit that mid game and the thing is live, your deck just pops off. So a lot of the same energy with this thing. I'm still just curious if playing, I mean, again, guys, these are only a fraction of the cards from the set so far, and there might be other good cards that want to make use of the Lost Zone. But right now, just in terms of using Giratina, I'm not sold on this whole Lost engine just yet. Right now, Arceus is just kind of where my head is at. That's still my knee-jerk reaction being the best way to go to get Giratina up and going. But yeah, cool card. Definitely one to have an eye on, especially as we see the rest of these Lost Zone cards get printed. And okay, just one more card that we're going to take a look at today. We have Lost City. And this looks pretty crazy. I love this, like the street art sort of Lost Zone looking design here. Very, very cool. But this one says, when a Pokemon is knocked out, to put it into the Lost Zone instead of discarding it. Okay. And all non-Pokemon cards attached to that Pokemon are discarded. Cool. Yeah, again, I mean, this is another card for the gimmicky sort of Lost engine, but I gotta say, like, my knee-jerk reaction, without seeing the rest of the cards coming out in the set, is that Giratina doesn't necessarily need this clunky engine to get up and running. But you never know, guys. Once we get hands-on time with these cards, it might feel more consistent than it seems, but needing to run the Bayonet, the Comfies, all this stuff, just has me... I'm not sure if the payoff to be able to use your V-Star power is worth it. Like, I'd almost just rather just commit to the first attack on Giratina and just use choice belts for like guaranteed one-shots on V-Maxes and stuff. So yeah, I am still skeptical of some of these cards that we are seeing, but I love this mechanic returning. I love the aesthetic of these cards. And I gotta say, Giratina V-Star looks crazy. Though I would probably argue Giratina V has the better artwork out of the two. But yeah, like I said, guys, these are just only a fraction of the cards we're gonna get in this set. In Japan, I believe Lost Abyss is going to drop somewhere in the middle of July, so we should have the full scans revealed within the next 2 weeks to know if there's any other cool Lost Zone sort of cards to go with Giratina. But for the moment, it's, if nothing else, excited to see this mechanic returning to the game. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below in the comment section, do you think this whole Lost engine is something to take seriously, or are you thinking about just playing Giratina V-Star with some of the existing energy acceleration options that we have? But of course, guys, if you did enjoy an early look at these cards from Lost Abyss, remember to leave a like on the video, and if you want to take that support to the next level, you can also become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg, or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. Links to everything will be down below in the description. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.